I've got stuff done. What do I need to do? I don't even know what I need to do. I'll stick the TV on. I'll just check what's going on Netflix or check what's going on socials, and then I'll like think about what I need to do. Whereas for a lot of us, we're procrastinating just based on the fact that we don't actually allocate time to procrastinate or to be lazy, to be present. Hello, I'm Hayden.BloomfieldSSLtd and welcome to the channel. So here are my 5+1 tips for avoiding procrastination. I'm not perfect. I still procrastinate. I still get distracted, especially in a world where TikTok exists, where Instagram Reels exist, in a world where notifications go to your phone. We're constantly bombarded by distractions. But here's a few tips that I can share with you that have helped me become a lot less distracted and a lot more proactive and productive in what I'm doing. First, my first point starts at the start of the day. You wake up, your alarm goes off. The thing that I do that I found revolutionary in this is I don't know what you're like as a morning person. If you do have a sort of time you want to try and get up and get your day started, I do think it's great, and it does help, especially if you can get up before everyone else is getting up. It means you have time to yourself and you can do the things you want to do and just have that sort of me time in the morning. I did enjoy getting up. I used to get up at 5 a.m. every day. Don't do that anymore. Regardless though, whatever time I set my alarm, the thing that I do, the key here that has helped me so much is putting your alarm. Well, let's face it, we've all got alarms on our phone, so my phone is my alarm. I will put my phone out of reach from my bed so that I actively have to get out of bed to turn my alarm off. So by that point, you're already out of bed, you've turned your alarm off and you're up now. So you're less inclined to just snooze or just turn the alarm off and go back to sleep, which I found that when I do have it when I do have it in reach, I am more prone to just be like, yeah, turn it off, I'll get So that's the first tip, is putting your alarm out of reach so you have to get out of bed in order to turn it off, in order for you to start your day. The second point, and this is something I do at the start of the day and I sort of prioritize, but the second point is just look after yourself in terms of your own physical health, mental health, emotional well-being. And this will be, if it's not something you do, this will be like a bit of a practice exercise. But for me personally, it's meditating, journaling, yoga. So where I said about get up first thing in the morning, my priority will be I'll get up, I'll do some meditation and yoga before I do anything. My phone is on airplane mode up until the point that I'm finished. I do break this rule on occasions, and I had it like I've injured myself skating this week. So I'm a bit more like, no, I'll try and sleep and rest as much as I can. Maybe ease myself back into some yoga because I took a pretty heavy slam. But I'm not rushing myself, and I'm just trying to think more around, well, if I can meditate, I'll just help focus my mind there. But look after yourself and know when you need to try and, like, if you need to rest, but try and find exercises around well-being or activities around well-being that you can include within your day. If you can just do something every day to look after yourself, you'll do so much to help compound in years to come. Third thing I do to avoid procrastination is I eat the frog. If you've heard the expression. And for me, like, the things that I really have passion for, the things that I love doing is creating content, making videos, reading, learning, podcasting, all these different activities. The thing that I actively wouldn't do is gardening, essentially. I'd probably do a little bit, but it's not something I'm doing it because it gives me a wage kind of thing. I do have some great interactions with it. I do have some great clients, but fundamentally it comes down to the fact that this is because it pays me my wage. So the term eat the frog to say get the thing done that you don't want to do. I will then, once I've had my morning routine, first thing I'll go out and do is get the gardening jobs done, and then I come back and focus on creating content, videos, going skating, seeing friends and whatnot. But first and foremost, eat the frog, get the gardening done. So for you, it could be a case of whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, whether you are employed or not. Well, I suppose for a lot of us we have to get up and go to work, but if you can eat the frog, get that task done, it will make it a lot easier for you to then focus on the things you want to do in the afternoon or the rest of the day. Number 4 is lists. I find this really helpful. Not everyone does. So like to-do lists and such, I do have a thing generally on my phone. I keep, in terms of like, should you have it on your phone? Should you have something typed out? Should you have something pen and paper? I do mix between them. And I think sometimes just having that change every so often can be really helpful for it as well. But I'll often just, on my phone, I just have today as an activity in my diary. And that will just have the list of things, and I just add to it and decline it, and I just move the day over each day. Alternatively, sometimes I do have a little notepad that I'll just like write down the things I need to do and have a nice little tick box. And then as I do them, I tick them. So I love the idea of seeing that and have that visual thing there. And the key here is just that it helps you get your things done. The amount of times that I've not had a list, and then suddenly the next day, or I'm laying in bed that night, and I've just gone, oh, bugger, I didn't do that. I need to send this email. And then all of a sudden you've distracted yourself. You either get it done there and then, or next thing you know, you're staring at the screen, and then you're on your laptop or you're on your phone sending that email, and then you're like, oh, notifications, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just distracts you. So having that list to get through. Another thing with lists that I do, which is especially helpful in terms of like YouTubing, is you won't always just have like an abundance of ideas around when it comes to sitting down and turning that camera on. You're not just going to start speaking and have all the ideas for all your content, all your videos. So one key thing I've done is just spend ages just going through a list of videos I'd like to make, and that's just at different times, or I'll have conversations with people, be inspired and be like, oh, I really need to make a video on this, or I'll read a book, watch a TV series, whatever it is, watch a film. Suddenly I'll be inspired with loads of different ideas that take away from it. So I've just got a tab on my notes on my Mac that is just full of video ideas. So then when it comes to the point where I'm like, I need to record this week, I've got no ideas, no inspiration, I'm like, oh, but I have got that list on my notes. So I go onto my notes and I've got just tons of ideas, and I'm like, Yep. Okay, I'll record those 5 today, and I just have a little tick next to it, so then I tick them off, and I keep them there just to remind me. And also, it's just nice to have things ticked off, so I always keep them there, because as well, it might be a case of when I go back onto it in the future, I may look and be like, oh, actually, I did that video, but something I can take from that is I can make a different video and change it in this way, because it will be even more valuable. So lists I do find really helpful to avoid procrastination. Because if you're in a moment where you're a bit like, oh, I've got stuff done, what do I need to do? I don't even know what I need to do. Oh, I'll stick the TV on. I'll just check what's going on Netflix, or check what's going on socials, and then I'll think about what I need to do. Whereas if you've got that list, you can crack on. Number 5, this is more of like a self-care thing, but it's all part of avoiding procrastination and being productive, is end the day with winding down. And I don't succeed at this every day, but I do try and do it where come the end of the day is more about relaxing. So it'll be around watching a series that I'm currently watching, or reading my book. Is just spending that time in the evening to be slow, to be present, even if it's just sitting on the sofa, like talking to your family or whoever you live with, but just quote unquote being lazy and not being about, I need to get this done, and don't go to bed. Again, it's all down to your personal preference, but I'm just reflecting on what's helped me. And I think if you are just sat there like trying to get stuff done before you go to bed, like sending out those last few emails, editing that video as much as possible, it's just hard to find that stopping point. So if you do have that cut-off point to wind down, so often it'll be like after dinner, I might have some bits to do, but then it's just from like 8-9 p.m. onwards, it's just relax, put a TV show on, or read my book. That does so much to help me just get my brain, my mind's like ticking over slower, so that I can get ready to go to bed and just lay there. Don't have anything too active, don't have any bright lights or anything, just slow, relax, end the day. We can't always achieve this, and it's some of you might be sitting and watching like, Hayden, how the hell am I ever going to be slowing down? I've got so much to do. There's always an endless list. I need to get on top of it. But I think you will find that you will be able to be more productive in the time that you're trying to be productive, and you'll be able to get things done more efficiently, and you'll be distracted less if you do know you do have that dedicated time to slow down. Because I think of a lot of us, we're procrastinating just based on the fact that we don't actually allocate time to procrastinate or to be lazy, to be present. Whereas if you do allocate that time for yourself, when you are in the middle of the day trying to get things done, you'll be like, oh, look, do I want to procrastinate? Do I want to sit around? You may find you're less distracted because you're like, no, my time to do that is later on in the day of an evening. I know I can unwind. You can have this in the middle of the day, but just for me, this is what's helped, is winding down. So there are my 5 tips. And my +1, my little bonus tip for you today, is something that I've found fundamental in achieving when I set goals and aspirations, or I want to get to places. One thing that's really helped me do it is this, and that is being excited about what you want to do, being bloody infatuated with it, just almost to the point of obsession, passionate, love what you're doing. Like, love creating content. I find it really fun, like recording the videos, editing them, coming up with like ideas for the thumbnails and what titles to call them and such. The podcast, reaching out to guests, and the excitement of like, is this guest going to say yes? Are they going to say no? Are they going to respond? You get the guests, you have that conversation, you have a wonderful conversation, you ask them amazing questions, you get some incredible answers. If I can find things like that, it's like I'm so motivated to it that it doesn't even matter if I don't get a response. And if I am a bit like, oh, I can't be asked, oftentimes it'll be like, yeah, but I am really excited to get this done. So while I can't be asked today, I do want to see this video done. So if I can just get it edited, that will really help. And so that's the key there, because if you are trying to find motivation in something you don't like, your mind will creep in with these ideas of distractions to keep you from doing it, and to procrastinate, and to sit on socials, to have a nap, to just go out and do nothing, whatever it is. But sometimes you do need that. But I think if you can be excited about what you're doing, it will prevent you and reduce the amount of distractions you get for procrastination. So they're my 5+1 tips for you. I hope they've been helpful. There's like, when I was thinking about this list, there was other things that I thought of chucking in, but they didn't seem like fundamental to what it is, and especially like reflective of my own life. So these are the things that when I think about my own life and how I try and keep productive, keep efficient, keep engaged, and stop myself being distracted, stop myself procrastinating. These are the things that really helped me. So I hope they help you. And of course, if it's been valuable, make sure to like the video, hit subscribe on the channel, comment below if you found something else really helpful, and let me know. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.